Watch me explain enterohepatic recirculation and its effect on drug bioavailability in under 3 minutes. Enterohepatic recirculation is the movement of bile between the small intestines, liver, and gallbladder. Bioavailability is the ratio of the amount of drug administered to the amount of drug that enters systemic circulation. To understand the effect of enterohepatic recirculation on bioavailability, we must first understand the role of bile in digestion. Bile is a digestive fluid made by the liver but stored and concentrated in the gallbladder. It is released into the small intestines from the gallbladder in response to sight, smell, and taste of foods. Bile contains bile salts, which makes it easier for the body to absorb fats. It helps in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and helps us to excrete LDL. There is a system of arteries and veins that connect the liver, gallbladder, and small intestines. Bile moves from the gallbladder to the intestines via the bile duct. And as food and bile moves through the intestines during digestion, bile salts are being reabsorbed through the intestinal wall into the portal venous system, and that takes it back to the liver. From the liver, bile salts are secreted back into bile, and this cycle of bile salts between the gallbladder, intestines, and liver occurs about 8 times a day. This is referred to as enterohepatic recirculation. With each cycle, approximately 90% of bile salt is reabsorbed, and the rest is excreted in feces. Now, let's see how enterohepatic recirculation affects the bioavailability of drugs. Some drugs, once in the liver, will form a complex of glucuronic acid in a process called glucuronidation. About 50 to 70% of a drug will be conjugated in the liver. The unconjugated portion will enter into systemic circulation and make its way to the site of action. The portion that undergoes glucuronidation is excreted into bile and stored in the gallbladder, where it becomes part of the enterohepatic cycle. From the gallbladder, the drug is going to be secreted back into the small intestine as a conjugated drug. In the intestines, there are enzymes and bacteria that will hydrolyze the conjugated drug back to its unconjugated state, which will make it available to be reabsorbed from the small intestines, transported back to the liver, become conjugated again, and excreted with bile into the small intestines via the gallbladder. Drugs that undergo entero, which means intestine, hepatic, which means liver, recirculation, have a prolonged bioavailability. That is, they remain in the body longer than a drug that goes right into systemic circulation. This video is part of a larger discussion on the pharmacokinetics of drug absorption and the metabolic processes that affect bioavailability. Head over to pharmacology.com to access the full unit.